John Kotter, Accelerate, Building Strategic Agility for a Faster-Moving World. In today's fast-paced world, conventional hierarchical structures often fail to adapt quickly enough to emerging opportunities and challenges. In Accelerate, Building Strategic Agility for a Faster-Moving World, John Kotter identifies the need for a dual operating system that encompasses both hierarchy and network structures. Kotter outlines the principles behind this approach and presents 8 accelerators that enable organizations to face strategic challenges with speed and agility. Readers can expect to gain a better understanding of how the dual operating system can help organizations to become more dynamic and responsive to change while still maintaining efficiency and reliability provided by hierarchical structures.
Leading change. Harvard Business School professor emeritus John Kotter emphasizes the importance of leadership in a constantly changing business world. While hierarchies work in a stable environment, they can't handle the demands of change. To identify opportunities and threats, a network-like structure with fluidity, risk-taking, and a vision shaped by leaders is essential. Kotter argues that a leader's most vital role is to drive change and foster a culture that is receptive to it. With a keen understanding of how organizations evolve from networks to hierarchies, leaders can sustain success in today's fast-paced world. Dual operating system. Kotter proposes that instead of dismantling hierarchical structures, a new organic network should be added to create a dual operating system. This model emphasizes 5 core principles: different people drive change, individuals should do jobs they enjoy, both heart and head must work, solid managers are key, and the network and hierarchy must work together as partners. The network should not act as another department in the hierarchy but as a collaborator with freely flowing information to coordinate actions for mutual benefit. The practical examples presented help readers to see the benefits of such a model. Accelerating network plus hierarchy structure. John Kotter's book emphasizes 8 accelerators to integrate hierarchies with networks for a dynamic and innovative organization. Communicating urgency, building a guiding coalition, creating a strategic vision, recruiting changemakers, demolishing internal barriers, celebrating short-term wins, sustaining acceleration, and integrating successful initiatives into the hierarchy will synchronize 2 systems that differ in speed and function. Hierarchy provides reliable efficiency for regular jobs, while the network facilitates fast-paced innovation. By implementing Kotter's 8 accelerators, companies can blend the 2 systems to take advantage of each other's strengths and boost momentum towards long-term change. Adapting to change with leadership. The business world is undergoing a rapid wave of change driven by technology and globalization. As a result, companies are no longer developing products with a 20-year life cycle, but rather 2 years is more likely. In such a fast-paced environment, previous best practices become ineffective. To adapt, Kotter emphasizes the need to understand the difference between management and leadership. While management is essential in hierarchical businesses as it provides tactics for doing jobs, creating plans, organizing companies and setting budgets, leaders must be visionaries who give people the energy to buy into their vision and the freedom to quickly implement it. In chaotic situations, you need leaders, whereas managers can manage in stable situations. Kotter calls for multiple leaders at all levels to set the energy free. Large organizations initially start as engaged networks with real leaders that ultimately evolve into stable hierarchies, where managers replace leaders as the hierarchy buries their energy. The key is to keep that energy flowing in your network by letting leaders help people create change and guide them through it. Embracing change. Change is difficult, and resistance often stems from people's attachment to the known. To accelerate an organization and tackle challenges, it is necessary to cultivate a sense of urgency and relentlessly advocate for change. This requires spreading enthusiasm and a willingness to embrace the opportunities that come with change. Navigating change questions. Kotter's insights on answering tough questions for change leaders. Change leaders face tough questions, and Kotter's book warns them to be prepared. When asked why a strategy must change, leaders must articulate the stakes involved. Measuring network performance is tricky, since networks lack standard tasks and metrics. However, qualitative appraisals can reveal the eventual production of measurable results. Although no one runs a network in the traditional sense, designating someone to maintain fluid operations and relationships is essential. Starting a network does not cost much, it should grow organically as employees dedicate 5% of their time. Change is necessary when the current system no longer works. Adapting to accelerating change. In his book, Accelerate, Kotter stresses the need for companies to adapt by discarding rigid structures, silos, and established routines. He proposes a new strategy, the dual operating system, which involves creating a second organic network that works symbiotically with the hierarchical structure. Kotter's ideas for revitalizing companies and seizing opportunities have stood the test of time. The book advocates developing the new network gradually, removing barriers to innovation, and staffing it with people from the old system to enjoy the best of both worlds.
Acceleration and adaptability are essential for businesses to remain competitive in today's rapidly changing world. John P. Kotter's Accelerate offers a blueprint for achieving this through the implementation of a dual operating system that combines the stability of hierarchical structures with the agility of network-based systems. By integrating the 8 accelerators, organizations can foster innovation and a sense of urgency, while still maintaining efficiency and dependability. This holistic approach allows businesses to embrace change with ease and facilitates growth, as Kotter's concept of combining management and leadership principles equips decision-makers to adapt and ensure long-term success amidst continuous upheaval.